The pond fire east of Santa Margarita, California was well underway when John heard a faint meow coming from a transport truck engine. John was a firefighter assigned to a water tender truck, but the sound wasn't coming from his vehicle. It came from a huge transport vehicle that carries bulldozers and other oversized equipment to an active fire. John knew it would be super easy for the driver of the giant vehicle to miss hearing the waning sound of a tiny kitten, so he spent a considerable amount of time following the sound. Finally, he spotted the tiny animal in the engine compartment, wedged in deep and way out of reach. John considered his best strategy, which turned out to be an offer of water and beef jerky. Those things brought the tiny cat right around, and John scooped him up with a giant glove and pulled him to his chest. John worked all day, driving the transport truck with the little fur ball clinging to his shirt. At the end of the day, he stopped by his friend Stephanie's house and asked if she would take him. Stephanie told me I didn't know what would happen with the dogs, so I wasn't sure about it. He was super small and so docile until I gave him a can of tuna, and then, in about an hour, he turned into a wild man. So I kept him in my office for the first few months, and it was a fight every day, she said. He would bite, scratch, unplug my computer, and then scatter my paperwork. He was really a terror, sneaking up to bite my toes and ankles, or just make a crazy jump across the room onto my desk, knocking everything over, she told me. When I communicated with the young cat, he told me he understood what it was to be outside in nature, but this being inside thing was very unfamiliar to him. He wanted out, and now. I let him know that his people had safety concerns, none of which he shared. His craving for nature was extreme. He also showed me he would be in charge of the dogs, both inside and out. Once Stephanie let Smokey out of the cage and outside, he strolled out like a cat on top of the world. He had no fear of the dogs, taking control, just as he'd said he would. Smokey Joe was fully aware that humans had rescued him from a life-threatening situation. He told me that none of the rest of his cat family had survived. But he loves his life now, with dogs, horses, and people in his family. His big personality now feels like part sophisticated wine country cat and part nature-loving scrapper.